Okay, this is probably good, yeah?
Yeah. Get your Joyride logo.
Awesome.
In the back. Alright guys, welcome back to my brand new YouTube channel called Own Your Shit. Alright, so here we're gonna... That's really good word, right?
I love it, I love it.
It's a good catch.
Why people shouldn't be scared to try it. Okay.
You wanna hop in? You can be in.
And then also talk about like why
You can answer too. You
No,
can,
no,
you
no,
can
but
have
we
a
just
multi- we're just gonna talk about health and wellness in general, right? Business owners, practitioners, just people involved in the health and wellness sphere, and kind of what they're doing that sets themselves aside from other people, or what their community and brand has built. So, Rody is joining us today. Rody, you are the owner, one of the owners of Joyride Cycling in Fairfield County, Connecticut. So, there's a bunch of different cycling studios that are around. What sets Joyride aside from other cycling studios, or what brings people inside to a cycling studio as compared to outside maybe?
Okay. I think there are a bunch of key elements and points that separate Joyride from other places. I would say one key component is the sense of community here. When people walk in, they are greeted by the desk staff, the instructors by name. There's a strong sense of understanding our clients and customers, and understanding their fitness goals and their needs, and wanting them to come here for 1 hour of their day and disconnect with other things outside and really build their physical fitness strength in an effort to conquer challenges that they face outside of the studio as well.
Cool, awesome. So what prompted you to develop the system or the approach that Joyride takes in terms of how they teach classes, how the spin is designed? 38 seconds, go.
Okay, so I had been working in fitness for a long time before I opened Joyride, and so I had bounced around and taught in a lot of different gyms and studio settings. So the two key things that I really wanted to develop were a high sense of quality, so that when people came to take classes at Joyride, they were ensured that they got a great workout that was safe, effective, and fun.
Right, right.
The other part was really a sense of community and camaraderie, and I believe that definitely starts with the staff and the instructors, and we have a very family feel here. It's not competitive among the staff and instructors. We definitely support each other, take each other's classes, share music, because our philosophy is very much that we are stronger together than we are alone, so we bond together, learn from each other. So that's a main part of it. I also come from a Pilates background, and so in developing the cycling method, I had a strong understanding of efficiency in movement and function, and really teaching our classes in a way that all fitness levels and ages could participate, and it was going to be safe, but like a super hardcore fun workout.
Awesome, cool. Totally makes sense. I've worked with Joyride before, doing mobility. So, in terms of the clientele, what do you feel that I guess your niche, clientele tend to be? Do they like the cycling? Do they like the classes that are offered? Do they tend to do both?
Well, I think one thing that really sets us apart from other studios that have one single offering. They are a yoga studio, a cycling studio, a Pilates studio.
Right.
Here we offer a variety of different classes, as you know. We have 46 bikes in our studio right behind us, and then we have a smaller studio here that accommodates 12 to 14. So it's almost like a small group fitness, or a small personal training session, because you do get that individualized attention. And then upstairs, we recently opened another studio called JoyX, which is boxing and rowing. So while we started out with, primarily cycling, because it appeals to all different levels, I'm super passionate about it. I was teaching it for about 10 years before we even opened. So I really believed in it as a form of exercise that was really effective and also transformative for people. They get addicted. They're like, it's changed my life. I've lost weight. I've overcome this, or I've built strength. Yeah. All of those things, as physical fitness can do. But as much as I love that, we all need cross-training in order to, reach our peak performance, as well as prevention from injury, as well as just balancing out our body. and challenging our own strengths, building up upon our weaknesses, and just the mental component too. Like, I think you need...
You guys hear that? Cross-training
Yeah.
and mental component, right?
Yeah, you need to mix it up, or people are inevitably going to get bored and
Sure.
feel like, oh my God, here I go again, versus, you know, accepting that next challenge and taking it to the next level.
Right. So what do you do to try to convince the people, or the clients,
Yeah.
that
People.
the people, yeah.
The people. We want the people.
What are you people
Yeah.
doing? So what are you doing to try to convince the clients of promoting the cross training? Because everybody likes to
Right.
do what they like to do. You
Yeah.
know, I like to lift weights more than I like to do conditioning stuff.
Right.
But you're gonna get the people who like spin versus like classes, but the people who might be complaining about pain might need to do some of the yoga or some of
Right.
the Pilates and stuff. So
Right.
how do you try to weave that into...
Yeah, no, I think that's a good question, and it's certainly a challenge because people do have an affinity for more one versus the other, and sometimes what you dislike doing more is what your body even needs more of.
Right, right.
So I think one key thing is that a lot of our instructors teach multiple classes and formats and disciplines.
Okay.
And so, for example, for myself, I teach Pilates, and I, you know, have people in the cycling classes who then will ask me questions about it, like, what is my form, and I'm having back pain, and do I need to work my core? And so you start those engaging conversations, and then I'm like, oh, well, you really should try a Pilates class, or you should try, we offer bar classes. You know, you need more flexibility, and it's going to keep you going longer on the bike if you can let them know that it's going to keep them doing what they love for longer, then that's a great way. But I think that our instructors are definitely our best, you know, marketing for cross-training because they do it themselves. They teach multiple classes. And so I think it piques the interest of the clients about, you know, trying new things. So, you know, we definitely promote it. We do blasts, we do blogs, we talk about it in classes.
So shout out real quick, if you know it off the top of your head, what your social media handles would be. So what would be your Instagram handle for Joyride?
At JoyrideStudio.
Okay, what would be Snapchat?
Ooh, is it Joyride, Marnie?
Yeah.
Joyride. And then we don't do that much Twitter, but I would guess that's like hashtag JoyrideStudio.
Okay, I'm gonna post a link for it.
Okay.
For it up
Okay.
anyways. And so joyride.com to find
JoyrideStudio.com.
Twitter
JoyrideStudio.com.
is Joyride_studio.
Okay.
Twitter is Joyride_.studio.
Studio. All right. So we're filming right now in the Westport location, but how many other locations do you guys have?
So we have a few. We have one in Wilton, one in Ridgefield, and one in Darien, Connecticut. We also have 2 licensed ones. Get ready for it, in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
So if you're in Texas, if you're in the beautiful city of San Antonio, make sure you check it out too. We've got great instructors there. Super similar vibe. Great studio.
So we just opened Joy X, which is the boxing and the rowing we talked about. Plans for that to be seen in other studios. Plans for that to kind of become its own brand. What is the...
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right now, we only opened it about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of test out the waters with it. We developed it as a very unique exercise program that had not been done before. We took boxing and rowing, which are, you know, staple parts of a fitness program, have been around forever. No fad going on there. But what we tried to do was combine them into a complementary class. So you could get the hardcore cardio from the rowing, and then the strength as well as cardio from the boxing too. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We've gotten a great reception from our people, and there was a huge buzz. So to speak to your point about the cross training too, like a lot of our cyclists were like, "Wow, I've never boxed. I've never rowed." And so just to introduce, once they're already, you know, seeing the benefits of fitness, like adding other things to their program, like they're super fired up about it. So we'll see. I mean, we're really excited about it, and we're kind of taking one step at a time right now before we, you know, take it to the universe.
Before we blow up.
Yeah.
nationally. And
World
then-
domination.
Right.
World
and then
domination.
Globally. Joyride. Joyride Global. I like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag Joyride Global.
_ global.
We're going to make that launch. Hashtag Joyride _ global. I like it.
I like it.
So, you have trainers that cross-train between the classes, between the cycling. Do you have people that work specifically for Joyride, or more independent contractors that you guys have come in as well?
Yeah, we definitely have a combination, because a lot of people who work in fitness, it's very, intense physical demand,
Right.
as well as mental demand. You really
Oh, yeah.
have to be 100% on, right?
Yep.
So, it's hard to necessarily work for, a 12-hour day just teaching classes per se.
Sure, yeah.
But with that said, now that we have multiple studios, with the 4 in Connecticut, JoyX upstairs, Studio 2 down here, what we've really tried to do is offer our instructors as many classes as we can, so that we can, keep them here, because it really continues to build those relationships and strengthen our culture if they're here, to teach 12 or 15 classes versus only 3.
Right, 3 or 4,
You know,
yeah.
so we really want them, like I said, it has that family community. So, coming in and being a part of kind of the day in, day out scene is a key part of it. With that said, a lot of our trainers also will do some personal training to supplement their income. So we always try to accommodate them as much as we can, and then
Sure.
they do some other stuff outside, some of them too.
Awesome. So Joyride, in today's global technological era, and the stone's throw away from basically gym, yoga studio, site.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things that are out there, and obviously, with what I do in terms of mobility, I have my following, and
Yeah.
with what you guys do for Joyride. So what is kind of the community that is the Joyride community?
Yeah.
Do you guys do any outside stuff? Do you guys get teams together and any charity events or stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, I think a big part of it is, if we go back to, kind of what Joyride stands for, it would definitely be community. It would be community within the studio as well as outside of the studio.
Okay.
It would be, safe, effective, fun exercise. And it would really be empowering people. So to that end, we do a ton of charity work. It's really part of our philosophy and ethos that if we are strong enough and physically able to give back and be of service and use our fitness that way, it's a wonderful thing. So like this upcoming weekend, we're doing the push-up challenge.
Right.
That's just down the street. We have a Joyride team for that. We always have a Joyride team for CT Challenge. We're also really involved in an organization called Shatterproof, which is ending the stigma of drug and alcohol addiction. We do rides here, but then they also have a big event where you rappel from a 22-story
Right,
building in Stanford.
I've seen
So
that.
we had a bunch of people who did that. And another one that we're really involved in is called Catch a Lift, and it's an organization that supports post 9/11 vets. So about
Great organization,
3
guys.
weeks ago, we had about 14 vets come in town, and they rotated through all the studios.
Right, I remember
So
that,
we
yeah.
really believe in, partnering up the sense of giving back. And fitness is an amazing tool because it brings people of all different professions, ages, backgrounds. Like, it's such an even playing field for everybody.
Right.
And so, you find that, like, once you introduce that concept of, like, you are strong, we're going to bond if we're joining a team together, and then going out in the world and raising money. And it's really what it's all about.
Right, and I like the fact that you basically just said about, you didn't say collaboration, but we're talking about collaboration.
Yeah, it is collaboration, yeah.
Right, and I've seen personally that there's just there tends to be a disconnect a lot of times because everybody kind of feels like everybody's got their hand in the pot, and there's only so much that can be grabbed, but
Right.
the point of and what this video YouTube channel and interviews are supposed to be about is essentially collaboration is key for growing any business.
Yeah.
And any connections that you want to make, any network, you can only grow so far by yourself.
Absolutely.
And collaboration is key. So Joyride is doing awesome work. They're bringing the community together, growing, right? Three studios here and 2 in 4 studios here, 2 in Texas. I want to see one in Vermont because I like Vermont.
Oh.
We get up to Vermont. And Vermont's very crunchy granola.
Joyride Vermont.
They like cycling and running up there.
All right.
So look into that.
Okay.
For me.
Joyride Vermont. Okay, we'll do it.
All right. Well, thank you, Rody, for
Thank you so much,
taking the time
Chris.
to interview.
Thank you.
All right, guys, stay tuned for our next interview. I don't know who it'll be, but stay tuned. Thanks.
Thank you.